What was that trial about?
What?
Just noise, wasn't it? Shouting noise. Was that Craig Charles?
No, it was Ricky Tomlinson.
Well, he sounded like him.
Talking about channels.
Can we play the end of the blur checking before? And we've got Ronni Ancona here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to be rude. Ronni, it's so lovely to have you here.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here.
And you look gorgeous.
Do I?
You do. You're glowing. It's because you've got a man in your life, isn't it?
Yes, I have.
I know we're not going to go into that.
True.
Yeah, let's not start talking about that.
It's very unusual for you not to go into something.
Well, maybe we will then.
No, let's
Well,
not.
that sounded to me like an offer.
No.
Before we do, though, I just noticed the end of the blur track. Can we play the end of that again? Listen to this strange voice in the background. You hear that voice there? Anthony Worrell Thompson.
Do it again.
How time is that? They've got you.
He's been dead, hasn't he? I tell you what, I'll climb up the tree, see if I can find a star.
Are you going to be all right? What's that?
Yeah, I'll be all right,
Not
first, don't worry about it.
today, I've noticed.
I'll be all right. How you doing? See, I was in a jail for 7 years.
Were you really? Was it?
Yes, I was. I was taken away by a tramp for a month. He's a lovely fella.
Was he? Was that?
He had me on a lead.
Anyway, he's a fantasy.
He's the sort of bloke that if he had needed one of those voice box things, he'd probably sound normal.
He'd sound
probably
better, wouldn't he?
reverse it. He'd probably come out sounding like that.
God bless him. Have you been watching that show?
Well, I have. We probably got hammered in the ratings last night because it was on last night. I think it's stopping in a few days.
Don't be
but
defeatist.
I've watched a few of them.
Because your new show, Ronni Ancona's new series with Alistair McGowan and a couple of other people, I guess, The Big Impression, started back on the BBC last night.
Yes, last night. And I think, we've got. Oh God, it's been quite a series actually. We've got a lot of new people coming out, and this time we did this series like the two Ronnies did the Phantom Raspberry Blow. We've got Sex and Man City running all the way through it.
I used to love that in the two Ronnies. Was it Charlie Farley and Corner of the Yard?
That's right, it was brilliant.
And Piggy Malone. They were fantastic.
Well, we wanted to do this sort of
great.
series, so we've got the serial running all the way
And that's
through
a
it, which
great-
culminates in a huge showdown.
That's a great concept. And also, I imagine for you that must be fun because you actually get to dress up as someone sexy and nice for once.
I know, look at what they do. Did you see me as Willie Carson in the first show?
I didn't see it last night. I was watching Who Wants to Be in the Jungle.
Well, that's nice to see you do your research.
Well, I'll watch it next week, but, I wanted to see the idiots.
So, yes, I had full series. I look like I still
But you've
look
got
like
big
something out of
ears,
Yentl.
anyway, haven't you?
I don't have big ears.
They're
That's
big
my
ears.
best feature, my ears.
They're nice ears, but they're big.
No,
you look like
they're
an
not.
elf.
They're like little
You look like, in
They're
Lord
like
of the
little
Rings,
shells.
when Liv Tyler had the fake bits on, you could have done it without any prosthetics.
That is so... Listen.
Look at the size of
I
them.
never get commented
You're
on
picking
the
up
size of my
Sky Sport
ears.
in the left one. Look at that.
God knows, it's usually my nose or something else, but never my ears. So there's another
They're
complex.
very sweet.
Excellent.
Well, you know what's nice, man?
Marvellous.
They balance your face.
Oh,
Because
dear
otherwise
God.
you look a bit shrewish. But what they do is they make you look lovely. They really do. Because mine are too small.
I'm so glad you're married, because if you were out trying to use those as chat-up lines, God help you, Jonathan.
You see what I'm saying about the chemistry?
Well, is that how you do it, is it?
Well, no, I'm throwing stuff because I do find you attractive. You're an attractive woman.
Thank you
If
very
my
much.
wife was tragically knocked over this afternoon, right, and I'm saying killed outright, not in a hospital or something like that, she's in a coma, I'd wait, but if she was, boom, stone dead, I'd be on the phone.
Really?
Yeah, I'd give you a call.
Thank you very much.
I'm not saying you're top of the list, but I mean, I'd get round to you. And let's touch wood, nothing happens.
Oh, I'm very disappointed you didn't see the show then. We sent you a
missed
tape.
it.
You've
No,
got
I
too
never
many
got a
celebrity
tape.
friends, probably.
I have got nothing.
I watched it. It was great. I love the Des and Mel.
No, yeah, Alistair's Des is fantastic. How do you do Mel? Because Mel is...
Well, I didn't really I sort of mostly did her physicality. She's got very distinctive physicalities, but I didn't really sort of get much of a word in edgeways with Alistair's Des. But she's quite, she's quite sort of keen in Manchester, and but we've got masses of new characters.
You keep saying they're looking down, but you're reluctant to do anything on Friday
I'm
Night Time.
looking at all the new people that we're doing.
Well, when should I ask you about them first?
All right.
You're getting very previous.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I being
Tell me
too
about some of the new
bully, isn't
characters
it?
you're doing in this series, Ronni.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it like that.
Okay, all right. Okay, how do you want to do it?
So, well, we've got
Well,
Sex
how are you
and
doing
Man
it? What's
City
going on?
running on. We've got.
I'm confused now.
I'm doing Dolly Parton.
No.
You're in the Dolly Parton documentary.
Am I?
Mockumentary.
Am
Yes,
I
are.
interviewing or just
It's all
lecturing?
a bit of a spoof of those sort of documentaries, when they sort of say, life was very, very hard for us. I was sort of poured in I can say, or you could possibly imagine, I was one of 15,000, and my daddy was one of 28,000.
Actually,
and
shutting your eyes, the voice is good there. That's a good one. Because she's got a slight softness to it as well,
she's
doesn't
got her sort of lip lifts up on one side, which gives her quite a sort of unusual sound.
And how long does it take you to shoot this? Because I know Alistair goes into a kind of he disappears for like 6-7 months at a time.
It does take an awfully long time, and because it's really basically the two of us, and we're doing so many people, the schedule is just manic. It's very, very early in the morning till very, very late at night, and things like us doing Sex and Man City, which gets more and more ambitious each week, and it sort of looks like a film now. Just gets incredibly complex, and then we're doing a lot of split screen of characters talking to other characters. So, yeah.
Here's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the two of you actually make a movie. Wouldn't that be great? A comedy movie starring Ronni and Alistair doing all sorts of voices, and then and you could have your eye on the American market as well, which inevitably is where one would make big money with a film. So you could do all the American characters. It would be fantastic.
Couldn't do Willie Carson then.
Willie Carson might sneak in very briefly. He could walk past. You could have him in a kind of like
just the top of his head might just
like the way
get the bottom of
Hitchcock
the
just used
widescreen.
to walk into his own movies occasionally. Willie Carson could walk past holding a sign or something.
But that's why it all takes so long. And we did a lot of split screen with friends, and I was doing Monica and Phoebe, and he's doing Joey and Ross, and it just takes so long to do, really, and we haven't got the time.
But it's fun to do, I imagine, isn't it?
It is fun. I think it is quite pressurised.
Is it?
We have some glorious rows.
Is it? Well, we'll ask about those in a minute. But is it kind of very tightly scripted, or is there room for you to fool around? Because you're both got comic minds.
No, we do. I mean, I think because Alistair and I have sort of worked together for so many years now, and there's a sort of a bit of we know each other's timing, and we know what he's going to come up with, and I'm going to come up with. So yeah, we do. We keep it sort of very fluid and improvised. Some of them, some characters suit that more than others. Others, we keep it very scripted, depending on what we're doing with the character. We did a sketch with the Johnny Vaughan's one, and I did Yoko Ono with Johnny Vaughan.
Oh, what?
And
Yoko Ono?
We sort of came up with quite a lot of improv.
But that could be any Japanese person's voice, really, couldn't it?
Not when you see me.
Oh no, I'm sure. I bet she's this tiny little thing.
She is
and
tiny.
You're a great galumping girl, aren't you?
Thank you. That's nice.
You're about, what,
a great
6'3",
galumping girl
6'4"?
with enormous ears.
You want to watch out. If the wind blows, boom, she's off.
Never has anyone insulted my ears before.
I'm not insulting your ears. I
Never
merely
gonna be
pointed
nice
out
to
their
you.
size.
All right.
Now here's something I want to ask you, because I saw some of the jokes, and I like them. Very old jokes, I noticed you snuck a few in, because in the Sex and Man City one I saw, there was actually a joke based on the word Oldham.
Yes,
Yeah.
God love it.
Oh, and
There
that's one
was
of the
a
oldest
glorious-
jokes in the book. And Oldham, I beg your pardon.
Yes,
I think the actual joke was Peckham, Oldham and Turnham Green was the initial appearance of the joke, which is one of the finest
yes.
structures.
There's some marvellous, highly sophisticated intellectual humour going on in this
Oldham.
series. Yeah, I've got Trude Mostu actually doing all these things. There's a lot big animal
now,
theme
Trude
this
is
year.
the lady vet. Okay,
Yeah.
she's very nice. Remember when she brought in some animals' gelded parts first, didn't she? When she came in before, which was strange. How does Trude work? Let's have a show's mine. Let's do Trude.
Well, Trude is, a lot of people think that, when your cats sort of bring in mice and birds and
That's good.
that they are saying to you, there's a little present for you. I would have wrapped it, but I haven't got I haven't got no thumbs or nothing. But I actually think that they are saying, could you cook that for me? Because 8 out of 10 of us cats prefer that to the shit you give us.
No, you see, you can't say that already this time in the morning.
I'm so sorry. Look, everybody behind the glass is...
Hold on a second.
Well, they're sort of slashing
Oh,
their
here comes
wrists.
the
That's a bit of
BBC
an
commissionaire
overreaction,
coming
isn't
in.
it?
The doorman's coming in
I'm
to have you
terribly
removed.
sorry
He's
to
coming.
the-
Look, he's got his piping on his
Very
shoulders.
sorry.
He's got his little electric shock bat on.
And we can't really be topical because we have to shoot it in advance of various
but
things.
this-
So we
that-
managed to talk about Ruby talking about Fame Academy
But
last night.
before we do Ruby, that must be nightmares for you when dealing with people like the Beckhams, because their life seems to change like every other week, as do their haircuts and their place of living and their lifestyle generally. And so, and they're obviously people that you do tremendously well.
Well, we've basically done a wife swap with the Osbournes and the Beckons.
That's a great idea.
In show 2, which is the sprawling piece, a bit of a Ben-Hur of a piece, actually. It got longer and longer. There's about 4 parts. And Posh, she sort of does something terrible to the cats because she can't find the dog food, so she sort of feeds the cats to the dogs, really. And
well, we're not laughing at the concept, obviously. We should point out the pet lovers there. We're laughing at the comic conceit behind it.
Sharon's sort of horrified. Sharon does this great thing when she talks to her dogs. Have you heard that voice? She does, "Oh no, that will never
Yes.
happen. I love you."
She sounds like Dobby the house elf when she talks to them, doesn't she?
Yeah, so we've got this big wife swap coming in a show that maybe you'll concede to watch. I don't know.
I might watch that one.
Oh, really?
Have you swapped partners? Do you swing? Is that something you do? I bet I can imagine it is, probably.
Would you professionally?
Yeah, in real life.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's have a wife swapping phone in here on Radio 2. I bet you there's a lot. I bet Jeremy Vine, that's a subject he should
Yeah,
get.
that's what they should do. Swinging.
do that,
do you
yeah.
or don't you?
Jimmy Young will be at home. He'd be trying to get food. Let's have some music. And
Yeah.
we're talking to more to the incredibly talented, the lovely Ronni Ancona after.
Well, you might saying that to make up for my ear.
Well, there. Prince Buster, the great Prince Buster. We're here with Ronni Ancona.
There was no
on
need
Radio
to
2.
give me that number of a plastic surgeon about my ears and the breath. I just really think that's
You're quite posh. Plastic? A plastic surgeon?
plastic.
Plastic is plastic.
Plastic.
Plastic woman.
I'm trying to.
No one finds out and said, can I have
I'm
a number for
very-
plastic surgeons?
I'm socially
Inept.
aspirational.
Aspirational, right, okay.
And in it.
We've been talking about... No, tell me about this this sketch then that the BBC aren't going to show that you've
Oh
done.
no! Don't say that. Alistair will kill me.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I thought...
No. I think we've got some we've basically. I wanted to write something with my writing partner that was similar to Audrey and Carrie in the Burger Van.
Which was a great running theme sort of sketch, I thought, on the last
Yes, we wrote Burton and Taylor running a Clapham estate agent.
Richard Burton, Elizabeth Taylor, fantastic combination. And also both great voices to do, I would have thought.
Yeah, they're quite good,
great
but
makeup.
great drama. But whatever happened to Virginia Woolf? So they sort of fantasise about 2-bedroom garden flats, like they did about their children in the thing, but they're not there. And he sort of says the flat's been burnt down and fine. She's hysterical, and they're drunk and hysterical and highly abusive. And then they've got these little yuppie couples coming in.
I love the idea
looking
of
at
this.
flats. But I mean, I can understand because it's very hard getting stuff when you're on BBC One at that time. You do have to appeal to a huge
broad
bunch.
audience.
It's a very broad audience, and it's hard sometimes. I mean, my sense of humour is a bit more sort of surreal and bizarre, and it's quite hard sometimes knowing that you're not on 2 and you're not on 4, and you've got to cater for everyone.
But don't you wake up thanking your lucky stars you're not on 2 and you're not on 4? Let's face it, you want to be on 1.
Do I?
Well, if you of course you do. Don't you realise that?
So, so you missed the Lorraine doing the little birds. You
So
saw
you
that.
did this
Andy,
Lorraine...
Kelly
Lorraine
with her
Kelly.
little.
I love
she was
your Lorraine Kelly.
She was interviewing 2 little birds who'd answered an advert in a bird travel brochure about avoid the crowds this winter, go north. And they fall into a horrible the world of pole dancing, drugs and prostitution.
I love... She's great to do. I bet she
Yes.
likes you doing that, doesn't she?
She's a great sport. There's loads of people that I've met and they're really good sports, but it wasn't always the case in the first series because we've done so many shows now. Everybody was very reticent, and some people take to it more than others.
We'll talk some more about that afterwards. We've better go to the news. What's to tell us off, aren't they? We're going to go to the news now. We'll talk with Ronni Ancona more after this. 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC. Jacket back on. Sorry about that. That's, I was letting Ronni Ancona feel my muscles while that was on. It's like a school disco in here, isn't it?
Let me just pick up the chair.
Now, that was, of course, Soft Cell.
Yes.
What a fantastic track. We're here with Ronni Ancona. Her new series of The Big Impression started last night on BBC One. Now, we will have all noticed that it used to be called Alistair McGowan's Big Impression.
Yes.
I was one of those campaigning for a long while, as you know.
I
That
know,
Alistair
it's
McGowan's
very
name, and let's face it, let's not take it away from him, huge talent.
Yes.
Could not make the show without
Huge
him, but I always
talent.
thought it a little unfair that you weren't getting the mention as well. I know it wasn't his instigation that it was named after him, but it always seemed a bit unfair.
Well, I never really sort of bothered me. I think it was
Yeah,
more.
sure.
No, I think
Yeah.
I do think that sometimes.
Oh, yeah, we believe that.
No, well, I think I think comedy is quite a sexist business, actually.
Okay,
I
let's
do
start
think
again.
it's
Let's
a
be
bit
honest here.
sexist.
Okay, it must have driven you nuts.
It didn't drive me mad, but after about 3 series, and I was doing almost as many impressions, I was getting a bit,
loads.
you know. And it was more. It wasn't anything to do with it. It was more the fact that I'd walked down the street and it's Alistair McGann's bird, or it's the girl. It's the girl from Alistair McGann, or it's. And I was just like, you know.
And that, is it any...
and that was just, you just used to get sort of a bit annoying, but. No, I know. I think it was more because the press were really. I don't think it actually. Alistair and I are very close, and it didn't really bother us. But I think that the press was sort of say things. So, you know.
Is there any truth that the next series will be called Ronni Ancona's Big Impression?
The next show is just going to be Ronni. In light. It just sort of some sparkly.
I think that'd be great.
Some sparkly thing.
You know
with
what?
A
You could do. You know,
character
actually,
with me and my ears.
Here's
and
the
my
deal.
boobs and my
You
nose.
could do an
Like
old
the
style
Silver
variety
Ball.
show like that. That would be great. And we just call it Ronni, and you walk down some big steps at the beginning wearing a fabulous gown,
Yes.
showing us that you're a knockout lady with the big ears.
Yes.
You walk down there with the gown on. At the
never
bottom, you
had an
trip
ear
over the
comment in
gown
my
in
life.
that comedy way that people love to show. Yes,
Whoa.
I'm gorgeous, but I'm funny. Then we go into a sketch, then some music. Be fabulous.
I like it.
Write it down.
Write it down.
Actually, Channel 5 would know your arm off for that. Do you do topless? If you can do topless work and get Hitler involved as well, I'll get you a Channel 5 commission tomorrow. Let's make a documentary with you. I was Hitler's breasts. And Channel 5 would run it every night of the week.
Yeah.
Do you know, I can see my future clearly now.
It's laid out before you.
I've been lost, but now I've seen the shining path.
You know the future.
You should be my agent.
I should be your agent. I'd have got his name off the title months ago.
And yours on.
Now, yes. Now, Ronni, I just found out, completed the marathon this year.
I did.
Congratulations. Now, what's a good...
I ran all the way. Isn't that pathetic, saying I ran all the way? Can you imagine Paula Radcliffe saying that to the interviewer? I ran all the way.
But that's pretty good, though. I mean, because I must be, if I did it, I think I'd walk some, I'd limp the rest, you know, but you ran all the way, 26...
Well, the ears helped. With the wind behind them, I sort of abseiled some of it.
She glided
I can't
for
even
some of
believe
it.
I'm making mock of my own ears, which I never had a problem with.
Well, see,
but I
that
do
shows
now.
you as a comedian, because initially you were kind of mildly upset, and now you see, okay, there's some
Let's
material
take
there.
it and embrace it and work with it.
Yeah.
No, I did. I ran all the way, and I had, just to make it sound better, I had a really bad cold and a sore leg.
Poor thing.
I know.
Poor thing.
And I had to take these mamas around the course with me as well.
What's that? What are you pointing at?
Just my my
no,
two pet
you were pointing
balls.
at your collarbone. Now, either you're making a breast reference there, in which case point at your breast, or it's an ear reference, point at your ears. The collarbones doesn't work for me at all. So
No, I meant
what
the
was it?
collarbones.
No, you didn't.
Well, I did it in 4.5 hours.
That's not bad.
I know it's not great, but I wasn't feeling very
No, I
well.
think that's not bad for a lady with a cold and a bad leg. That's pretty good.
And Paula, obviously, well, I did it for Paula because she rang up in the morning very upset. You know, obviously, look, it means so much to her, and
you finish it
you've
for
got the stupid voices, and I've only got the running. So I said,
I don't
all
know I
right,
could
Paula,
do it.
I'll give you a lead. I think she was
Were you-
expecting a 2.5 quarter lead.
Were your knees aching afterwards? Did your thighs ache?
Oh
Did your
yeah,
ankles ache?
terrible. It's walking downstairs and upstairs is just appalling after you've done it.
I find that even when I haven't run a marathon.
But you've got a lot of muscles.
Yeah, I'm
haven't you?
really unbelievably fit. I'm like an athlete was.
But are you doing it every day?
Now you see, Turnham, Oldham and Peckham. There we are.
That's so
Peckham, Oldham
unfair.
and
You
Turnham
saw
Green.
that
Sorry.
joke out of context. You're not
I'm
saying this. I'm going to force you to
Now-
see the
now,
whole
I-
series. Then you'd understand.
I'm glad you mentioned running the marathon, though. I'm glad that we raised it because there's something going on tonight we've been asked to talk about, which is just briefly, is lots and lots of ladies are walking around in their bras late at night tonight for this thing called the Moonwalk, which they do every year. Playtech sponsor this kind of sponsored
never heard of
bra-a-thon or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you would call
Breast
it.
cancer.
For breast cancer. They raise money for breakthrough breast cancer, and so to all of the people who are doing that, we've had a few emails, so I won't name you all because there's too many, but good luck tonight wandering around. I hope the weather stays nice for you. You don't want to be getting
So
wet.
just
and-
bras, is it?
No, they wear pants and stuff like that below. So it's not just, I mean, well, actually, it's not a bad idea.
It wouldn't be called a moonwalk, would it?
Whoa! I'd be in the old Badger watch there, wouldn't you? We could be in a hide, like we'd be like a couple of kids, like Sid James and Barnabas. They're coming, Sid.
I don't feel so bad
Quick,
about
get the
saying
camera
that
ready.
word
I'm
earlier
falling
on.
over. No, they'll see us now. We'll be chased away.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a simpler time. Do you think the world ever was as simple and uncomplicated as Carry On movies made it appear?
What's that? What is?
Are you not listening?
You're not listening.
You know why? Because we're not talking about her.
Yeah.
How much is that an actress for you? There you go.
What you said, but
Oh, yeah.
I just missed that tiny last bit.
Oh, I think we're running out of time with old Ronnie. Yeah?
Oh dear.
No,
Give him
I was
marching
saying-
orders. I nearly got a coffee in.
No, we'll stick around for the cover. Did you used to watch the Carry On movies when you were
I
growing
used
up?
to love the Carry On films. I used to love.
Do you have a
them.
favourite?
Carry On Camping.
Carry
In
On,
fact,
that's
we've
great.
done Carry On Audrey, Carrying On Camping.
When was
And,
that for this series?
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
good,
done
I
that for sort of. So we've done a version of Cary Grant doing Carry On Camping.
Mr.
Audrey goes,
Fiddler.
"I'll be using my dent pegs."
Hold 'em, peck 'em, and turn 'em
No,
green.
honestly, there is a lot of highbrow.
We
intellectual
don't want
humour.
highbrow humour. If we wanted highbrow humour, we'd read The Guardian. Does
Oh
that
no, I
make
wouldn't go
sense?
that far.
Actually,
No,
there is a
only
writer for
joking.
Guardian who always makes me laugh. There's a guy called
There's
Alexi
some very
Petridis
funny
or something
people.
who writes reviews. He's very funny.
Yeah.
If you're listening.
Probably not. He's probably writing.
Big shout goes out to Alexis. I watched. I conducted a small experiment myself a couple of weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah. Late at night, just before going to bed, my wife was away filming.
This is sounding very ominous already.
And I watched back to back. Carry On at Your Convenience and Carry On Girls, and then immediately went to bed to see what dreams I would have.
And
Didn't have any.
really,
Can't remember
you know
them.
why?
How frustrating is that?
You should have watched the first one, then had a lump of cheese, and then the second one.
That's the point.
Always have cheese if you want to dream.
Is that really? I had a great dream the other day, though, with no cheese involved.
You had no cheese?
No cheese.
That's
It was
unusual.
It was one of those dreams that happened in between the waking moment,
Yes.
when you hit the snooze button, and then when you wake up again when it goes off
they're
again.
the best ones. They're the best
And
ones.
it was quite scary because it involved me going on the public transport.
On the
no.
public transport.
Yeah, I went on the public transport, and blimey, according to my dream, it's all changed. On the tube, there was a woman wearing a uniform behind like a DJ console with an electric zapper, and she was going to zap the small disadvantaged child who collected the tickets to show me how it worked. And I was saying, no, try it on the rats and the pigeons that live down the end of the carriage. And she was saying, no, I'll do it on the little disadvantaged one. I said, no, little fella, get off, get off. He said, what, hold 'em, peck 'em, and turn 'em green? I said, no, it doesn't matter where we are, get off.
When was the last time you went on the tube?
I don't know, about 4 years ago or something like that. I went on a school trip. But it was horrible because not only really crowded,
Yes.
okay, but also between the first stop and the second stop, I've been asked to make 3 charity appearances. Now, let's face it, that doesn't happen to everyone, does it? Do you use public transport a lot?
Oh yes.
You see, you're okay because no one knows who you are.
Thanks.
For me,
Nice.
well, you know,
Nice.
you're okay. You're
Actually, I
C-list.
do get
A-listers
recognised.
cannot go on the tube.
Oh, A-list. Oh,
You're probably
nice.
B'd out.
Oh, am I Z? Oh, that's nice. I think it was W the last time you talked to me.
Look, I'm English A-list, you're B-list, and that's okay. Alistair's probably A-list. He's slightly better known than you.
I got. Oh, look at him. I think. I am getting recognised quite a lot these days.
That must be
actually.
nice for you.
Yeah. Well.
That's lovely. I'm really pleased for you. Well, keep it up. Ronni Ancona, you're a lovely guest. I so thank you for coming on. I hope people do realise that we're talking this way because I am a fan of yours,
Oh, that's very
and I
kind.
do very much like you, and I very much like the work you do. So
Thank you very much.
keep it up. Thanks very much for coming on,
Yes.
and I will watch the whole
I'll
series.
just
I
pick
promise.
up the little bits of my ego that are now
You know what,
shattered
but
on the
isn't it-
floor.
but isn't it good
along
for you?
with-
It's good
along
for you to
with
come
my
in.
drooping earlobes.
Yeah, look at
Just
those.
Swing those around my shoulder.
Don't worry, in Tibet you'd be quite fancy for those ears.
Do you know?
Look at that, you could carry
can
a
I
dinner
make an
plate in there.
appeal
Look at the
that I
size of that
actually don't
lobe.
think I have got.
No
big ears?
stretching
I'm
needed,
not
you just
a
put
fan
a-
of myself, but
Old Sting will be
my
round. Come and help me
ears are
save the
all right.
rainforest. Go on. Where's your plates gone?
I'll play this record.
Hold 'em, turn 'em, and peck 'em green.
That's what people would be
How
shouting.
dare you?
I'm going to give you a good slap in a minute.
I hope so. Bye, Ronnie. Thanks for coming in.
Bye.